Y bienvenidos a Deuces Wild for the second time. This time I think we have volume. Let's go to the chat and figure it out. Wes, do we have volume? Wes, what do we got? Kari, yes, we got volume. And how about that? In a complete and total act of irony, Profar goes up and he misses a fucking ball. If you don't believe in baseball gods, you're going to start believing in them now. Look at Mookie Betts. Forgive him for potentially running out of the baseline. And apparently they just let it go. But here he was once again. And this is coming on the heels in which he was robbed and he was deked by Profar. And he then launches one into the San Diego night. And it goes off of the tip of Profar's glove. You can't make this shit up. One of the most epic turn of events that I've seen in a long time. Dodgers up 1-0. I'm really interested to see what the rule is, because if you vacate the bases and you give yourself up at any point, I know when the ball is live, then you're out. So the Padres obviously didn't object. It's not like you have Schilt out there. I guess if you're the manager, though, you gotta inquire about that. Am I off here? Welcome to Deuces Wild, everybody. I apologize about the audio issues at the very beginning. I mean, this was incredible. What a start. You can't script this any better if you're a Dodger fan. Just for the fact that Profar had that fantastic deke the other night. But everybody argued, hey, look, is that kosher? Is that something you should do to your brethren, right? We're all baseball players here at the end of the day. Man. Marty, no apologize to me for being late. No. As a matter of fact, I'm going to celebrate myself for being here. Thrill is off this week. Max Muncy, ground ball first base, and that's going to get the Padres out of the inning. But Jurickson Profar can go ahead and suck on this one. And look at all the fucking Dodger fans there, and the San Diego fans staying out his way. Again, if nothing else, you want to stop, right? And I got to go back and look at the home run trot. Maybe I'm off on something here. But it's just incredible that it would open with this play so much and so much controversy surrounding that. I've been going back and forth with my wife about this. And, she's a San Diego apologist. And it's okay. She grew up there. She likes the Padres. There's nothing wrong with that. I want her to, root for her hometown team and everything. But the matter of fact is that Machado he's an easy guy to root against. And I say that in the sense that, sure, he's the guy that called the meeting the other night, and apparently he's grown up. But if you trace the history of what this guy was doing when he first got called up to the big leagues at like 20 years old, if you remember, one of the first things was he had that big backswing, and he kept whacking catchers on the head. And it got to the point where he'd have the big backswing, he'd hit a catcher on the head, and he'd basically be like, fuck off. I don't care. He was very unapologetic about it. It was almost kind of weird. And then there were some other incidences in Baltimore that went on when he was there. And the big one for me that just kind of was the straw that broke the camel's back was when he stepped on the Brewers' first baseman's foot when he was playing for the Dodgers. And so Tara, of course, is like, well, he was playing for the Dodgers. Look, I'm not. I get it. But this is why I root for players as opposed to teams. The team thing, cool. But when it comes to the players, like those are the guys that I draw a connection to, whether it was when I was a fan of Will Clark back in the day and he went from San Francisco to Texas. Once you play the game of professional baseball, you learn to root for people. So here's Walker Buehler. 16 starts this season, 1-6, a record, 5.38 ERA, 289 opponent's batting average. Make no mistake about it, though. This is a dude that throws in the mid-90s. You see the 95-mile-per-hour fastball. He is very capable. Last 3 starts, and that's really the most important thing in the game of baseball. Luis Arias to left center field. Oh, shit! What a fucking play by Tommy Edman. This kid from Stanford making a sliding grad. Good job by the Dodgers in their positioning. You see Edman playing in this gap as Teoscar Hernandez. Real good job communicating, calling it. Teoscar Hernandez just needs to get the fuck out of the way like he did. So, 1 out, and here's the hottest hitter on the planet. Fernando Tatis Jr. 643, 2,151 OPS. All right, I'm going to try to keep you guys involved. I'll go back to the chat in between innings, and in the meantime, just kind of react to what we have going here. These are some of my favorite broadcasts, by the way. Tatis Jr., a big swing and a miss. It's a 91-mile-per-hour cutter. See the late movement? Not a ton of it. Comes out looking like a fastball. Just a little slide at the end to get him off of the pitch. That's a sweeper at 81 miles per hour. So, Thrill is in Arizona. He told us about that. He's working with Bryce Eldred this week. I was going back and forth with him earlier as Tatis rolls one over. That's Muncy at third base and 2 away. Freddie Freeman, by the way, back in the lineup for the Dodgers. So it's Ohtani, the DH, Betts in right, Freeman at first base, Teoscar Hernandez in the left, Muncy at third, Will Smith, the catcher, Gavin Lux, the second baseman, Tommy Edman, the center fielder, and then Rojas is your shortstop. And here is Profar, the guy that just missed it. Great attempt at the ball out in left field. But I just can't believe that happened. I really can't. Although, I don't know why I say I can't believe it. I've seen enough in this game and enough in this world to know that there was a good chance something like that was going to happen. 1-1 count, bottom of the first, 2 outs. Dodgers up 1-0 on the Mookie Betts homer. There's a changeup down and away. So I was in San Diego for the game against the Braves. That was awesome. The atmosphere, the electricity. Oh, hard fastball inside. I don't think Walker Buehler gives a fuck if he hits him right here. It'd actually be a cool time to make a statement. Here's Mr. Relevant, they say, not Mr. Irrelevant. 3 balls and 1 strike to Profar. Fastball down the middle. He didn't get that, though. That's a pop-up and a can of shit for Rojas. And that'll do it. So the Dodgers take the first inning. All right. Let's hit the chat. If you want to try to get some FaceTime here, you guys can always hit the knock button. And I potentially could let you in through the course of the show at some point. All right. Let's see here. Corey, Welcome. Wes, welcome. Wes says, I agree. I do have to choose a team, though, and that's SF, but I like certain players. Look, it's okay to choose a team. And especially it's like, we choose teams because of the cities we live in, right? Or because of an affiliation that we had when we were kids. And it could be something that we had when, say, it has to do with a parent liking a team. I like to think my family, or at least the majority of my family, are Buffalo Bills fans because of the fact that I grew up a Buffalo Bills fan and I rooted for the Bills. The Bills and the Niners were my team. And I get that question all the time. Like, well, how can you have two teams? Shut the fuck up. How can I have two teams? I just love two teams. So I grew up loving the Niners. And who couldn't love the Niners in the 1980s, right? I mean, we're going to Super Bowls every year. Really easy. I went to Super Bowl, I don't know, it was like 23 against Cincinnati in New Orleans with my dad. Just an incredible experience. I was actually Biscuits age. I was 13 years old. And so there was also a group of us in junior high school, but this started in grade school, that we all kind of latched onto a team that was other than the Niners, and that became our team. And for me, it was the Buffalo Bills because of the red helmets. I just love the Bills. So they then proceeded to get to be a good team as Jim Kelly eventually ended up signing there after the USFL folded. And it was Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, Darryl Talley. Bruce Smith, Cornelius Bennett, Steve Tasker. And all of a sudden, I just had this infatuation for the Bills. And still to this day, they're an easy team to root for. So fun. And also along the way, though, I think you attach to players. Now, the funny thing is that when it comes to the Bills, I'm very fickle with the Niners. The Niners is like, if they have the right guys like they do right now, love them. Now, before Purdy, before Christian McCaffrey, I don't know. But the Purdy-McCaffrey combo right there, that makes it really easy. But with the Bills, I've just always stuck by him. Baseball, much different story. I mean, probably because I play professionally too. So here's Mike King back on the mound here in the top of the second. Will Smith, 248 average, 20 homers, 75 driven in on the season. I'm glad my wife's tuned in tonight. Thank you, honey. 93 mile per hour sinker. So the sinker's a two-seamer, right? And you see it look outside to Smith, and then it comes back at the last minute and catches the edge. High fastball at 95. I'd like to thank Mr. or Mrs. Claus for joining us tonight. I mean, what the fuck, man? Why not go sit by and don't play wear Santa Claus costumes? That's filthy. Big sweeper, and Will Smith is down. I like Will Smith. They signed him to a 10-year contract. I'm like, just brilliant. Tara says, of course, they're SD fans. Yes. Kari says, no loyalty in baseball. If you're like Freddie and super attached, you still get burned. Yeah. Ground ball, Luck, second base. Nice play. That's Jake Cronworth at second base making the play. Joel Thompson. Good evening to you. Talking about Jackson Holiday, speaking of baby faces. Joe in Reno says, I don't have an NFL team, but I truly care for because I had family coaching in the NFL. Tough to cheer on the people who fire your uncle. Joe, you're right, man. Right? Like, once you go through it, yeah. And that's kind of it. So if you're attached to the game from this, like, personal standpoint, it makes it really hard. But, nonetheless, look, Tara loves the Padres. She was a member of the Pod Squad. She was a backup Friar. It's okay. Ground ball right back to King, and that'll do it as Edman grounds out. So a 1-2-3 second inning after Betts got to King in the first on the hanging slider, and due up, Darth Vader, otherwise known as Manny Machado. Folks, your thoughts on Machado? I mean, am I off base here? Am I missing something? Anyhow, let's make sure to get in our title sponsor, Bet Online, the number one online gambling destination. Go to Bet Online for all the latest news, scores, odds, predictions, and anything else that you want, including slots. And here's a brand new script. The world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for betting everything football. It has every stat, matchup, live odds, and spreads to bet on during the game. And you think you know your shit? It actually says stuff. I don't know. I just felt like saying shit. We're No Filter Network. Think you know your schnaka. Get in on the $200,000 mega contest and pick 5 games against the spread every week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of $200K. When the game's over, like I said earlier, head on over to the online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Bet Online. The game starts here. So it's 1-0 Dodgers. You got Machado, Merrill, and Bogarts coming up. This lineup's deep. You got to rise at the top. Tatis Jr., Profar, Machado, Merrill, Bogarts, Peralta, Cronenworth, and Higashioka. Higgy, as they call him, has been terrific. He has done a really good job stealing pitches and framing pitches beautifully. And there's certainly an art to that. It'll be interesting to see what happens when the automated strike zone gets put into play and how much of a factor the stealing pitches, say, doesn't become. The problem with the quote-unquote stealing pitches is it's fucking stealing. Like, why are we going to celebrate stealing? Yes, and Tara says it will be soon, but in the meantime. So earlier today, the New York Mets absolutely donkey stomped the Philadelphia Phillies. I thought the Phillies could probably carry some momentum from their big walk-off victory in Philadelphia, but not the case. Quite frankly, I think the Phillies are fucking done. This is the Mets year. There's no other way to put it. They just called a pitch clock violation on Buehler, I believe. 1 ball, no strike. Now, I like Machado's swag. Fastball away off the plate. I do. I like the neon. I mean, obviously, I love neon everything. It's actually one of the rare times I don't have neon on. Although, the bottom of my shoes, I do. 2-0 pitch now, although there was only 1 pitch. So now it's 2-1. Machado, look, he's outstayed his welcome at certain places. He's had a fantastic career as he hits a ground ball up the middle base hit. He's a great player, great hitter. Incredible at third base when he wants to be. Good turnaround first right there, too. Look, if I'm going to criticize you, I'm also going to celebrate you. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm so removed from the game. I mean, that's just a shit ball down the middle. My 13-year-old could have got a base hit on that. But he's got the Jordan Bee Gees. He's wearing the eye black. Here comes a ice cream cone. RES sliding mitt. Swaggy team. Jackson Merrill, 292, 24 homers. The rookie who will finish 1 or 2 in the National League Rookie of the Year. It's funny because I haven't seen him really a ton, but all I've seen are these straight highlights. That's a tough pitch. He just got beat right there. I mean, there is no way he's going to catch up that ball, so they try to go there again. What a pitch. I don't even think they had to be perfect with it. You know what? Walker Buehler used to have this little dirt squirrel. There's Mark Pryor. I had a chance to face him. I liked Buehler better with the lip lettuce. I just thought it, I don't know, just aged him appropriately. It certainly was a little porn stashy, but look at the arm sleeve of Merrill. Ground ball, Freddie Freeman. Back, oh, fuck. Machado, that dirty dog, ran on the inside part of the bag, and immediately the Dodgers second baseman or shortstop, whoever is catching it, noticed it. Let's see if there's going to be any talk about running out of the baseline. Machado does what he should do. He runs on the inside part. He gets inside. Watch him. He immediately goes inside. Oh, fuck, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. You can't go on the grass. You got to argue that. Dave, you got to get out there, man. Dave, get on the fucking field. You can't run inside on the grass like that. Come on, man. They got to let him know. What a dirty freaking player. You got to like it, though, if you're a Padre fan. That is bullshit, man. Are they not talking about this on the broadcast? Am I on an island of one? Did Dave Roberts not see that? Did Bob Guerin not tell him? You can't get that far inside. If you're in the baseline, yes, you can't run out of the fucking baseline. And you wonder why this guy is known as one of the dirtiest players in all of baseball. He don't give a fuck. He's a competitor. Certainly. And I'm not taking that away from him. Oh. I mean, I should be on this broadcast. Double play. Fuck, he's safe at second. Safe at first, no way. I thought he was safe at second, too. How are we not stopping that? This is double safe. And now we're going to send Pryor out? Dave, what the fuck, man? Am I missing something here? Did you guys not see it? Did you guys not see what went on? That Machado thing. I saw this. He was safe. I knew this right away. That wasn't a question. And he's safe there, too. That is horrific. That is so bad. I don't know if I could continue. If I was on the broadcast, you're right. I probably would get pulled out of the booth. I'd have Fox executives roll up. Now you're going to go back and show it. Here we go. I'm really interested to see what Smoltz is saying. He's on the fucking grass. You can't fucking run there. You just can't do it. You can't go that far in. There's no fucking way. That's awful. Freddie, I need some emotion out of you, though. I need you up in arms, pointing. Ross was pointing. But why didn't everyone make a stink out of it? Look, this isn't my first rodeo, I swear to you. I actually used to play this game, 11 seasons in the big leagues. And you know what I did after that? I analyzed it. For another 10 on Fox, on MLB Network, on ESPN. And why are we talking about this? What are these guys saying? Freddie's a vet and a fucking pro? I get it, Kari. But I need the pro to stand up for himself. This is bullshit. Wes says it's rigged. Like the Super Bowl. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I mean, we didn't. Yeah, Dave didn't notice when he chucked the ball to the dugout too. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm taken aback right now. Your season is on the line with every pitch. Every pitch. You can't veer off into the infield grass, and this is just open up the floodgates. Holy shit. I hear my wife cheering downstairs. This is awful. This is really, really bad. This is just disgusting. And there he is. That means a cheater. There's no other way to put it. And you could give you all the now. Hey, you ain't cheating. You ain't trying. Sure, maybe. Competitor. Once again, I'll celebrate Manny Machado's competitiveness. And I actually think he did a really good job. I would have done the same thing. I just wouldn't do it 3 feet in on the grass. Now, he got away with it. Wow. This is really a shame. San Diego Padres have just thieved 3 runs. I'm beside myself. Do not even know what to tell you guys. Here's Cronenworth. Dog's going nuts outside. Bear's probably back. Here's Schilt. I like Schilt. No outs, runner at second. I mean, excuse me, I need a couple more sips of my coffee here. I've thrown up in my mouth several times. And now my wife's dancing outside the studio.
Cheers, honey.
Cheers what?
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. Here's a ground ball. It's going to be a base hit, too. You got no chance. Hold on a second. What was Smoltz saying? Was anybody saying anything about Machado?
No, he was talking about that one time he pitched for the Braves.
Oh, my God. Oh, jeez. I mean, it's...
That's not true. They did talk about it.
They talked about it and what they say. Why would Dave Roberts not come out and argue this?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Did they say that?
No.
What did they say? Now social media's a buzz and we're figuring it out.
But here's the point. The throw was bad anyway.
No, it wasn't. It was going right to Rojas.
No, it doesn't.
It hit off of someone. Excuse me, honey. I'll be down for dinner shortly. Just incredible.
I love Freddie Freeman.
Marty says, I always wondered why the position right field and left field umps about 12 feet behind first and third base umps.
To me, they should be.
Yeah, well, I can move it back. To me, they should be further down. Yeah, I agree with that. You call that. Here's Higashioka.
I love Higgy.
Higgy, as they call him. Oh, now we're coming out, Dave. What are we talking about now?
He's got to change the pitcher because they already had a mound visit. Doesn't he?
What?
Have a pitcher?
I don't know what's happening. They certainly have had a mound visit.
He can't hear because all the Padre fans.
Okay. So we're having a conversation.
That's a trainer, isn't it?
That's one of the trainers. He's got my old haircut.
I don't think I brag about that.
Well, I like it. I still like it. I would do the same freaking thing. I'd cut my hair like that tomorrow. I'm serious. It's so fresh. So fresh and so clean. This is Rojas. They're talking to Rojas. You know who the trainer is the Dodgers, Neil Ramp. He's the head trainer.
I didn't know that.
I'm not kidding. All right, runners are at first and third, no outs. And Dave, I love Dave. I do. He was misinformed. Nobody.
Well, do you know who his bench coach came up with, right?
What do you mean his bench coach he came up with?
Where did Garen catch?
What?
Where did Garen
Bruce
catch?
Okay, this isn't good because people are probably not going to hear the microphone. If you want to hang, that's cool. But we have a massive problem here. The fact that you guys have completely cheated your way to 3 runs. And you're now becoming, in my opinion, like one of the most hated teams in baseball. Yeah, I'm serious. I cannot root for you guys anymore. Okay. I cannot do it. And there's one sole reason why. And that's it. It's okay. I'm not. Yeah. So here's Higgy, first and third. Fly ball. That's going to get a run home. I don't think it's out. It's not. Can of shit. You better hurry up and get the ball at 2 because the guy's going to be tagging first and second, too. Okay. That's honey, I love you, but we have Bulldogs, and I got 15 minutes left of this broadcast, and I'm going to go probably throw up some more. Yeah, now's a good time to go feed the bear, Eric. Okay. Thank you for joining. All San Diego Padres fans and Bulldogs out. No, out. Go. Go. Can you sleep with yourself at night?
All night. Really well.
I didn't know I had that Garvey jersey.
I think I got it for you. Good.
Seriously?
I got you Tony Goodwin, too. And Dave Winfield.
I'm going to vote for this guy. Well, I got to get
Not as a Dodger.
my voting registration taken care of. I like Garvey. He's grinding his way in the politics world. All right. Let me just get my head on straight. 4-1 San Diego. Has there been any clarification on the broadcast? What are people on social media saying right now? There's no way. There's no way that's legal. I know it's not legal. If you could take a direct path into the base, that's okay from wherever you start. But you can't veer out like he did, and you certainly can't veer inside. Pop up to Rojas. There's the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Tatis Jr. I mean, this might be over early. Seriously. I said they're going to – LA's going to have to respond, but you get a big at-bat by Tatis right here. It's good night. That crowd, that atmosphere. What a good swing. He's some kind of dialed in right now. That was a foul ball, but he is all over it. Oh. Yeah, Kari, it's not over till it's over. I get it. I'm just extremely frustrated right now. And could you guys, hopefully you guys understand me. 0 balls, 1 strike. And I'm not rooting for either team. I need to make that pretty clear. I'm not. I don't have any rooting interest in this other than the fact that I want to see a great series. But I also feel like I'm a steward of the game. And in being a steward of the game, Tatis to the moon! See ya! I can celebrate him all day. He hustles. He says all the right things. Respects the game. Plays with a flair and an energy, a youthful exuberance that I wish all kids would play with. Machado, not so much. And he absolutely fucking bamboozles that ball. Love him. I really do. And so there's a perfect example, right? And here's, his boy. I'm curious. Why do they keep showing him? He started the whole thing. No, like none of this was possible without Machado. That's why they keep showing him. You guys realize that? This inning would have been over had he not pulled that bullshit base running move that fucking worked. I just don't know and don't understand how Dave Robertson isn't out on the field arguing that. Ground ball at third base used to be routine, but these guys are beating shit out. They're putting the ball in play. Walker Buehler doesn't have it. I mean, he's just had to be perfect. But, I mean, his shit's flat, man. It is really, really flat. 6-1 San Diego. Like I said, it's getting late early. They would have... And you go ahead. You could try to make the argument that basically, and here he is again. I mean, they batted everybody, right? He led off the inning. Edmund, lately, there you go. Good job. So, the man who started it is the man who finished it. It all had to do with this. That's fucking bullshit. And that I'm going to celebrate. That I like. Oh, wow. I don't know, Pete. Yeah, this shit is crazy. But it's like hitting at night in SF, right on the water. I mean, what are you talking about? The ball flies really well at Petco. If you look at the home run numbers there, it does that night. Certainly, the moisture comes in off the water. Sally Ortega texted me. I imagine she's at the game right now, just rubbing it in. Wes asked if he was banging a garbage can. I imagine he's talking about Machado. That's possible. It really is. Speaking of banging garbage cans, Sally Ortega said I got to get back down here. Does Sally Ortega know that I'm on No Filter Network right now in Deuces Wild, though? Burying. Look, I got to get over this. I think this is a personal thing. I don't know why Machado bothers me so much. But I see shit like that, and people will tell you, and they used to say this about A.J. Pierzynski. They say, if you play against him, you hate him. And they say if you play with him, you hate him, but just a little bit less. So I kind of have a feeling that's Machado. Now, hey, maybe I'm wrong on that. And like my wife said, let it go. I mean, this is a therapeutic session. How can I let it go, though? Because I just wish if Dave Roberts had gone on the field and they'd properly argued this thing out and potentially it became a review decision, maybe that's why Dave didn't, because that's a play they would say has to be called in person. That I could understand, so Dave would just say, fuck it, I don't need to go out there. I'm going to waste my time. But I think more than anything, you do it because somebody on that field potentially could overturn it. It's still baffling. Now, I am going to let it go. And I'm going to continue with this show for another 10 minutes or so. I'm sorry. I apologize to everybody. Seriously. I get the fact that... No, I need to know what's being said here. I really need to know what's being said there. Well, can you guys fill me in? I got to get filled in on what Dave Roberts said. I should have taken my phone and turned up the volume. But, I still have time. Frustrating. Here's Rojas base hit up the middle. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Dave would be. But why can't we argue this? Why didn't he go out on the field? Yeah, this play should be over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, look, Rojas, what the fuck? Like, Freddie's got to be like, dude, I had no lane, man. You can't do that. I know this sounds weird, but the only fault of Freddie Freeman is he's too nice of a guy. Because if Freddie Freeman bitches about this right away, then Dave Roberts comes out to get his back. Shohei Ohtani up to bat. 1 ball, no strikes, runner first. So maybe this game's not done. Oh, look at the movement on that pitch. 2-seamer, all kinds of run. All right, 1 ball, 1 strike. King comes set. Big leg kick. Ohtani, broken bat. That's going to be a knock. The Dodgers aren't going anywhere. Baseball gods are alive. Yeah, Kari's saying, someone on the broadcast team, Kari, this is why if Fox wanted to really do shit right, they'd let Will and I call these games on a nightly basis. Just here, however many games you guys want. Do them from your DEUCES Wild studios, and you're getting some real shit. Profar almost made a sick play, by the way. I mean, yeah, there was a ton of irony this and that. Like, that's not a play he should make. It's not like he missed that. All right, so here we go. It's Mookie Betts. 1 for 1. First hit in his last 23 postseason at bats was that homer. But get off of that. I'm not worried about this guy. He's clutch. He's good. All of it. That's a nasty pitch. 84-mile-per-hour slider from King. Runners at first and second, no outs. If you're just tuning in, this is DEUCES Wild. If you're listening on the Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast platform, Mookie Betts, right center field, is going to be a base hit that should score 1 or you're going to hold him up. Certainly with no outs is a good time to hold him up there. If you are listening, we'd appreciate a 5-star review if you're feeling generous, and thank you for tuning in. And if you are listening, this game's probably fucking over, so you know how it ends up. But hopefully we can keep you entertained. And there's Rojas. Yeah, he's done now. Holy shit. Who we got going in? Do we have a Kike Hernandez? Potentially. There's Teoscar Hernandez. There's Doc. Yeah. Let's see here. Nothing. Moon's over Miami. That's a tough one. Solid highlights, though. Okay, who we got here? Andy Pages. Pajes is, I think, how you say it. King up to 36 pitches. Top 3, no outs. Betts at first, his second hit and his second at-bat. And here is Freddie. I need a little more fuck you, Freeman. It's true. Seriously. His only fault. 350 average, 7 grand slams, bases juiced. Line drive, left field, Profar's got it. We got to run on that. You got to run. Yeah, you got to run. It's a really, really hard play right there to throw him out of home. I guess they don't want to fuck with it. That's fine. You got Teoscar Hernandez coming up. I mean, that sucks because he would not have been out. No chance. You know what? Pajes, he might have been late getting back. That might have been the issue. It happens with the kids all the time. Seriously. The ball's hit and they want to go this way. And you're like, back, tag. Back on line drive, back on fly ball. Any ground ball, we got to go. This is the third base coach lingo there. 1 out. Bases juice. Teoscar Hernandez. 96 right by you. Oh, jeez. Really, really want to see the Dodgers get back into this one. 0 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch. Ball down. After Teoscar Hernandez, we got Max Muncy, then Will Smith. Gavin Lux, if he can extend the inning. King's been terrific. Even the contact tonight is not great contact. Yeah, the ball that Mookie hit for the homer, hanging slider. Other than that, it was like ground ball base hit up the middle, line drive the other way. Good pitch, 96 mile per hour, two-seamer, down and in. How about this Strauss company? Where there's some German company on every single helmet? What kind of paycheck did they have to write for that shit? I mean, great advertising placement. We should get a no-filter logo there. Hanging slider, drilled. He's watching it. Is it enough? Get up! Get out! Gone! Teoscar Hernandez with a grand fucking salami. And the Dodgers are right back in it with the cheating San Diego Padres. Good for Teoscar Hernandez. Good for the Dodgers. I never thought I'd say this, but the Dodgers are like the nice guys. And the Padres are the evil empire. King's going to have to rebound from this one. I think now at this point, you're looking at it, you're like, well, hey, look, no big deal. It's a one-run game. And the Dodgers finagled their way to those 6 runs. Or excuse me, the Padres finagled their way to those 6 runs where the Dodgers had to earn them. So if you're in that LA dugout right now, you're like, dude, we should be up 5-1 at the worst. Breaking ball to Muncy. You know, Muncy would love to do some damage here. What a game. What a series. Teoscar Hernandez hit it. And the funny thing is, he just stood there. But there's nowhere to go if you're him. This is a one time where you could pimp a wall scraper. And the reason being is that ball's hit. And you essentially have everybody tagging. I'm sure the guy at first base was tagging too. You have to be careful with that. Guy at first base should have been halfway. The guys on second and third, I guess you'd be tagging in that situation. Although with 1 out, I always say halfway for the guy in second too. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Muncy. It's a nasty changeup. King's just still disgusted with himself. Let's see here. Yeah, this is a hanging breaking ball. And he got it a tad off the end. Let's see. I mean, it's high in the San Diego night. Was that Jackson Merrill? Oh, King says, in case we need some lip translation, fuck me. Fascinating. Will Smith, 2 outs, nobody on, 6-5 Pots. Teoscar Hernandez, really, there's no other way to put it. He's an undercover superstar. He has had a terrific major league career. He's been, let's see here. I mean, how many teams? He started with Houston. Pitch to Smith, up and in. In 2016. Let's see here. And then he was with Toronto in 2017, 18, 19, and 20, and 21, and 22. Ground ball to Machado. And that is it. So the Dodgers get right back into it. Ooh, Walker Buehler. What the fuck, man? I mean, Walker Buehler was throwing shit everywhere. I imagine Buehler's out of the game. He's got to be. This is really, maybe you guys can remind me in the chat of some other epic series. But this is one of the best I've seen in a long time. I just think it has everything. It has a geography. It has the cast of characters. It has the villains. It has the nice guys. I mean, you could write a book about this series when this is all said and done. I don't know if it's going to go 5 games or not. I really hope it does. And I'm serious. Dodgers win tonight. I'll root for the Padres tomorrow. I just don't want to see the Padres win this one tonight. I don't want to see it. Not on that bullshit. Now, there is part of me that appreciates a competitor in Manny Machado. And I'll never doubt the fact that this guy's a fucking savage on the baseball field. He is. But I will tell you that I would never, ever, ever in a million years teach one of our kids to play the game like him. I would never point to him and say, this is how you want to play the game. I'll point to him and say, this is how you want to hit. I'll point to him and say, this is how you want to play third base. But just about everything else, antics, away from the actual making a play at third base or hitting, just, I saw him hit a ground ball at San Diego. Dude, he didn't make it halfway to first, and they just peeled off. That's terrible. So, Teoscar Hernandez. I'll give you guys a little history about Teoscar. In 2016, he gets called up to Houston. 2017, he was at 2 teams. So he was with Houston, then he got traded to Toronto. Now, check out these numbers. It's really cool. 2016, he had 4 homers. 2017, he had 8 homers. 2018, he had 22 homers. 2019, he had 26 homers. 2020, 16 homers. 2021, 32 homers with Toronto. 2022, 25 homers. 2023, 26 homers. 2024, 33 homers. The guys just continued to get better and better every single season. The OPS is 724, 907, 770, 778, 919. Holy shit. 2020, 919? That was in a more of a limited sample size. Obviously, the 2020 shortened season. 870 in 2021. Then 740, 840, and 808 this year with the Dodgers. Here's Jackson Merrill. I'll give you guys one more half inning. How's the chat doing? My wife's still there. Tara saying no one ever in the history of baseball has called the Dodgers the nice guys. I just did. What a play by my guy! Teoscar Hernandez, the man of the hour. I love the San Diego fans, by the way. And let me revert to celebrating Teoscar Hernandez and just celebrating the gear of the Padres and their fans. I have some of the nicest fans in all baseball, too. Good looking as well. Girls, guys, this good-looking crowd. Xander Bogaerts, I married a pod squad / backup Friar. That's how much I thought of it. Here's Xander Bogaerts. Bottom 3, 1 out. 1 ball, no strikes. 6'5" San Diego. Buehler, who I thought would be pulled from the game, has certainly not been pulled. He's back out there, but he went on a rampage in the dugout. And rightfully so. I wonder if he's pissed that Doc, Dave Roberts that is. So Doc's got a bunch of nicknames. At UCLA, they call him Doc, they call him DR. Ooh. Good pitch, good non-call by the umpire right there. Yeah, no one has ever called the Dodgers the nice guys. The irony is that they are. What a pitch. Hung him a changeup, I think. But go up and down the lineup. Even look at Walker Buehler. Hey, Odie Holm. It's a nice guy. Looks like it. That's why it was nice to see a little bit of fucking rage out of him. Teoscar Hernandez has got some fuck you in him. Hold on. Is this Edman at shortstop? So Edman, who was playing center field, is now playing shortstop. This is what I love about Stanford guys. Super versatile. Put them anywhere. They're going to grind away in that bat. So here he goes. David Peralta, the former Arizona Diamondback. Hard hit ball at the middle. Edman, no problem. And that's 3 outs. Got a little smirk on his face. Honey, if dinner's ready, let me know. If it's not, I'll just keep rolling here. Let's see. He seems to be fading. I know you're not talking about me. I'm out. Just can't. Can't what? I mean, seriously? Hold on. It says, hey, EB, what do you think about what JT Snow said about Snell? Wes, enlighten me. I don't know what he said about Snell. Kari says, I used to call Donnie Rob DR, but his was Caveman. Oh, Donnie Robinson, the Caveman. Yeah. Tara says it's like saying that poor Yankees team. No. Again, like I'm judging individuals right now. Don Robinson. I'm old. We're all old. Wes said he wouldn't try to re-sign him because he didn't want to throw the last game because it was meaningless. I agree. No, I don't agree. I don't agree with JT. I love JT, but if it was a meaningful game, and he even said that. So he said if he had an opportunity to pitch against a team that was in the running for the playoffs, then he would certainly pitch against them, trying to beat them and trying to send them home. But because the last game of the year for the San Francisco Giants had no implications on the playoffs for the San Francisco Giants or whoever else they were playing, then at that point, no, fuck it. And I'm with him. He just didn't need to. You've done everything to put himself in position to opt out of the contract, to sign a big deal. Dude, he should have signed a big deal last year. Somebody should have given him, I don't know if it's a 7-year contract, but somebody certainly should have given him a 5-year contract. Everything I've seen out of the guy, you know what you're going to get with Snow. It's not somebody that's going to go CG, but it's somebody in this day and age that's going to give you 5 strong just about every time he's out. And when he's on, he's damn near unhittable. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of teams vying for his services. Yeah, he's legit. I mean, he's as good as it gets when he's on. He's funky, right? He's like a little bit like Tarek Skubal of the Tigers, who threw that gem yesterday. There's a lot coming at you. It's downhill playing. Here's Gavin Lux. The Dodgers' second baseman. Lux pops it up. Heading out, Machado going over. Lands on the other side of the net, I believe. Peter Seidler, that's a PS on the jerseys of the San Diego Padres. So I had an opportunity, actually. I don't even know if Tara knows this, but to do a speaking engagement with Mr. Seidler. And we did it at Petco probably about 7 years ago. And it was amazing. Lux fly ball, left field, should be a can of doo-doo, and it is. So, Dick Pfister, that's actually his name. That's not a joke. It's my guy, Dick. Alpha Core Capital had the two of us out, and I'm trying to think of the structure of it. Basically, Peter talked for a bit, and it was fascinating, just, about the creation and everything, the development of the area around Petco Park as you see Luis Ariz make a sick-ass play. And one of the things that he was saying, and this is crazy, but it's beautiful, is he actually, in the early going, they had a big homeless problem in that area. And so he'd go and spend time on the streets and befriend these homeless guys, people, and just kind of get to know their stories. And then would figure out ways that he could help them. So if they could be helped. And I think it's a great lesson for all of us as just everyone's got a story. And you just try to give people the benefit of the doubt that they're inherently good. And yeah, they may have fallen on hard times, but if you could help, you could help. So if the Padres do win, it's because of the heart on their jerseys. And a guy by the name of Peter Seidler. And potentially because of the guy that just caught that ball, Fernando Tatis Jr. Not necessarily because of one Manny Machado. So, anyone else in the chat tonight? I mean, what else we got, guys? I think I'm kind of running to the end here. 6-5 pods. It is nice talking to myself and watching the game at the same time. Thrill will be back next week. Let's take a look at the score from earlier today and then what we have going on tomorrow. It was 7-2, the Mets over the Phillies. Let's see who went off. As far as the Phillies are concerned, very limited offense. Kyle Schwarber, 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Justin Turner, 1 for 3 with a walk. Bryce Harper, 1 for 4 with an RBI. So they all did okay. Nick Castellanos, 1 for 4 with an RBI. But here's a problem. You ready? The whole bottom half. Alec Baum, 1 for 4. JT Realmuto, 0 for 3. Hayes, 0 for 3. Stott, who pinch hit for Hayes, 0 for 1. Sosa, 1 for 2. Clemens pitched it for him, 0 for 1. Rojas, 0 for 2. So no production at all from your pinch hitters or your bottom of the lineup. Pete Alonso, a homer, 108 miles per hour off the bat, 385 feet, launch angle 33 degrees. That happened in the bottom of the second. Bottom of the fourth, Jesse Winker, that psycho, hit a homer, a big one, on an up-and-in fastball deep to right field. I'm surprised this only says 399. 108.9 exit velo, 36-degree launch angle. He hit it right down the line. Let's see what other big plays happened. I mean, looking at the box score, you had Lindor, 1 for 5. Mark Vientos, who's been lights out for the New York Mets. And he's got a great story. I talked about this on Daily Hustle the other day. He grew up a Mets fan. His dad's like diehard Mets fan. And grew up in New York and ended up going to high school in Florida. A big prospect. He played on the 15U national team. He's hitting .417 in the postseason, 1,100 OPS. Nimmo was 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. Pete Alonso, I mentioned him. He had the homer. Iglesias. How about, oh my God. That's so cool when they play that song. Iglesias, I mean, that's a song. I got to go back and find the origin of this, but I think he created that song, right? He did this concert at Citi Field. Just the way he took the mic was awesome. And this is a journeyman. This is a guy that came up a big prospect with the Boston Red Sox. It's Jake Cronenworth steps up, fouls the ball off, and really spent the past couple of years singing and in the minor leagues. I mean, when you're in the minor leagues, you start figuring out other shit to do. So he became a singer. Really, really good story. Walker Buehler would love to get out of this fourth. That's a line drive base hit over the third baseman's head. Stay with it. Yeah. See, that's dog shit base run. If he was hustling out right away, hard turn as soon as you see separation with Teoscar Hernandez. That's why when they let them play kids, have a nice base hit like that looks like a routine base hit, I scream. Ready? Run! It looks like he's running, but bam! As soon as I see separation, let's see it. Let's watch him. They don't show it. We had an ISO on Cronenworth. I don't know. I don't know if he could have gotten there or not. Here's Higgy. Sack fly in his first at bat. So anyhow, Iglesias, a big 2-run single today. Jesse Winker had the homer. The Mets just seem like a team of destiny. Walker Buehler, 93, right down the middle. Is dinner ready, honey? She's just sitting here. She's giving me these eyes. Like she's very upset. I don't know why she's upset. I'm not the one who cheated. I'm not the dirt. I'm not the one playing dirty. I'm sorry. That's what you guys are known for now. The Padres are the villains. Dave Roberts was correct. Bottom 4, no outs, runner at first base. I won't fuck around with this too much. Oh, shit! Yeah, he does it on purpose. I love it. Smart play. Get the slower base runner. That's absolutely brilliant. Tara's yelling on the other end of the glass, and it's dirty. There's nothing dirty about that. That's clean, legal baseball. What Machado did was dirty. So here was the big trade. It was Juan Soto and Trent Grissom for Michael King, Kyle Higashioka, Drew Thorpe, and 2 others. I mean, you got to get a haul back for him, right? And they did. They have 2 guys right now that are playing key roles. Here's a rise. Ground ball should be 2. There's 1. Over to first. Got it. I mean, fuck. He's got his bad ankle. So Freddie Freeman now limps back over. Let's see if he stepped on. I see he just came down wrong. Ow. So that hurt him. That's his right ankle? Huh. Okay. Back to the Mets. They seem like a team of destiny. They really do. I mean, this is a team that is really fun to watch play. Starling Marte, a big knock. I mean, that's what teams do. Is that when one guy doesn't get it done, then basically the next guy does. And Marte came up in a big situation. There was a fly ball with the bases loaded, or at least a couple guys on, and they were trying to figure out, whether or not to send the guy from third. They didn't send the guy from third. Who knows what would have happened? But then Marte comes up and gets a huge 2-out knock. This team, and I don't know why I didn't back up the truck on them or tell Giuseppe Pepe Manueli to back up the truck. But this is a team that, when I saw Carlos Mendoza on Sean Casey's podcast, that was it. Like, I'm like, dude, this guy is potentially going to lead this team in the World Series. That's how confident I was in his confidence. They're playing free. They're playing fearless. They really are not scared of anything. And so you always say, like, fear the man that has nothing to lose. Well, it's the same thing in baseball. Fear the team that has nothing to lose. And you have this team that, you guys remember the beginning of the year? I don't even remember who it was, but the relief pitcher. That said something about them being the worst team in baseball. I don't know if it was like lost in translation and whatever. And then the Mets, the whole OMG thing, and what is it? The cartoon character, whatever, showed up. It was so good. It really was. Yeah, and Joe, somebody's sleeping outside with the bear tonight. That could be me if the Dodgers win. I'm certainly rooting for him tonight. As I should. Anybody who's just a baseball fan with no rooting interest, if you see Machado do what he did in that first inning and get away with it. Now, if he didn't get away with it, it was like, fine. Here's Freddie probably trying to figure out if he can hit or not. We are now back to the top of the order is Shohei Ohtani. Dodgers 5, San Diego 6. This officially will be my last inning. So thank you for sticking it out with me. Ohtani, 1 for 2 today. Let's see his postseason numbers right now. 273, 818 OPS. Hit a little bit of a cold spell. King, the pitch, breaking ball down. I mean, it's so huge just to keep this a one-run game when you have a guy like Ohtani coming up who, obviously, with one swing of the bat could tie it up. 93-mile-per-hour sinker. 2 balls, 1 strike. I don't know what to do with him. I couldn't even tell you. I mean, I've seen him hit that pitch out of the zone. Look, he even tried to lean into it. He didn't give a fuck. He wants to get on base. He knows. 88-mile-per-hour changeup down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ohtani clearly a little frustrated, but let's see if he could make a 2-strike adjustment right here. Put a ball in play. Put the pressure on the defense and get on there. 2-2 pitch. Good patience. Spits on that. Not necessarily a huck to a spit, just a spit. Full count. No outs. King against the greatest player in the game today. The pitch. Driven. Deep. Center field. Back it goes. And the San Diego Night caught. That sucks. I mean, if I could blow on it, I would have. It was a hanging breaking ball. Ohtani perfectly stayed on it. This is a one that's out in BP. So King gets away with it. 1 out now. Mookie Betts. 2 for 2 on the day. The big home run and the base hit to right center field. 2 runs scored. 2 for 8 in this series. Oh. Changeup that got away. If the Dodgers could do something right here, just put some pressure on them, right? I think it could change the dynamic of this game. They go to their bullpen. We've now shortened the game enough where they could go after it. 2 balls, 1 strike to Betts. This is outside Petco Park or on the lawn. Ball's popped up. Get out. Get out. Higgy going back. Get out. Oh, I think that lady wore it on her head. At least it looked like it. Betts has got the big gold chain. It's like a little rope holding a baseball bat. It's kind of cool. The towels are out in San Diego. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. King at 69 pitches. Little 2-seamer runs in on the hands of Betts. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is the part of the order that you just got to navigate so carefully. You got to really be intentional with every single pitch. You can't let one get away. 2-2. Driven. It looked like, high exit velo coming off that one. Bogarts 3-hopper over to first. Luis Arraez. A nice play. I mean, I hear my wife clapping downstairs. Padres fans going nuts. Bogart's thanking Luis Ariz for picking that up. I mean, that's just a great stop, though. Nice backhanded pick. Got rid of it right away. You didn't want to waste time. And here's Freddie Freeman. It's the right ankle, so that'd be his lead ankle that's been bothering him. 0 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Freddie given a new nickname tonight. Freddie, I need a little more fuck you in me. Freeman. But I love him. How can't you? He's out there. He's battling. He's doing everything you do. Good hack. Except for make a stink when he needed to make a stink. I'm really interested to hear what the Dodgers have to say about not arguing the bullshit Machado base running. Oh, golly. Could have called that a strike. It was a strike. What a pitch. And King's like, you got to be shitting me. What a pitch. Look at that 2-seamer. That is filthy. Got him. But why would we ever need an electronic strike zone? What do you think about that now, honey? The pitch. Ball. This could be the turning point. Full count. Teoscar Hernandez, who already has a grand slam on deck. The payoff pitch. Driven left field and just another line drive. So that's it, folks. Eventful, I don't know, hour and a half here. I just spent on No Filter Network. I guess a little less than that as I came on late per usual. But everyone, thanks for joining. Thanks for firing away in the chat. Kari, Joe and Reno, Wes, my lovely wife. And everyone else, appreciate you guys joining. Back on next week, Will the Thrill is back with us. And we'll be getting his thoughts on all the current playoffs. I mean, we'll be in the championship series by then. So we should be doing the same thing next Tuesday. As a matter of fact, just for fun, let's check out and see what the schedule would be next Tuesday. They have this whole thing laid out. Tuesday, October 15th will be one game. So it'll be one of the ALCS Game 2 next week. Again, thank you to our title sponsor, Bet Online, the #1 gambling destination. And let's not forget our friends over at DEUCES. This is the Zen citrus or caffeine pouches. There is no nicotine. 40 milligrams of caffeine, about the same as a cup of coffee. So if you've chewed in the past or want to try something new, go to DEUCES.com. At least I think that's the website. But we thank them for all of their gifts. All right, everyone have a fantastic rest of the night. Go Dodgers. And we'll be back on tomorrow morning, the Daily Hustle. Break all of it down. See ya!